Welcome back, traders, to our last of the Fantastic 5 setup, which is called the Quasimodo manipulation. In short form, we call it the QMM. As we all know that QMR is a very high risk setup, so this is the chance for the market movers to manipulate the QMR traders to fall into the trap and hit the SL. However, in Bystra setup, we will learn that if in case our QMR setup has failed, we will have a way to counter it. So let's get started, guys. So let's look at the introduction to the QM manipulation. So QM manipulation happens when the setup QM has been broken by price. Alright. So what it says here, let me draw you a structure. We have, for example, we want to have a QM for sell. Right. So we have the high, low, high, price come back down, lower, low. So for a normal QMR trader, we would always set a PO here, isn't it? However, when price comes back here, it doesn't straight away go down. It makes a base here. It makes a base. Okay, rally, base ready, and then price shoot up. Price shoot up. Okay, hit our SL on the head of this QM. So this is what we say when the QM price has been broken. Once the price has been broken, there are a base alongside with the left shoulder. Then this will be a good chance for us to come and counter back on the continuation for buy. As I said earlier, price will normally leave an entry point, either a ready base rally at this point or drop base drop if you want to sell, align with this left shoulder for us to counter entry when price come back to this area, this rally base rally here, and will go up. So we have to be aware of QMM. Not all QM manipulation we should entry. The one which only has the confirmation of engulf or reversal, then only we can entry. Let's look at the SOP for QM manipulation for a sell setup. As we can see here, there's a structure for QM, which is this one, the low, high, lower low, higher high. So normally on the QMR, we always sell align with this left shoulder. Instead, the price didn't react to this left shoulder and make a base drop, and continue downwards and broke this lower low, the QM head structure. So first, remember guys, the price has to break the QMR structure, which is already now. Second, it has to create a drop base drop structure, okay, for sale. And third, you have to break the lower low of the QM, which is the head of the QM. So once these three is available, then we can look for the sell setup of QM manipulation. So first of all, we draw the line, the horizontal line aligned with the left shoulder, which is the low here, and mark the zone of the drop base drop. So make sure that the zone of this drop base drop, which is the candlestick body, has to be aligned with the entry point. The entry point is this horizontal line. This is where the area that we will set our PO. Okay, and make sure guys, you have to make sure that on the higher time frame, we must always have an engulfing candle, and make sure that the setups are in the engulfing candles body, not on top of this wick. At the bottom here is fine. Alright, at the bottom here or this area is fine, but not on top of this wick. Okay, so price will then react to this area and continue downwards. Now let's look at the QM manipulation SOP for buy setup. So same goes with the structure. They have a high, low, higher high, lower low. Now price has broke the QMR structure and it has created an entry point for us, which is the rally base rally for buy setup. And at the same time, price has broke the higher high of the QM head. Therefore, with these three, we can see that this is a potential QM manipulation for buy setup. First, remember guys, we always mark the horizontal line first. Okay, on the left shoulder, align with the rally base rally. We mark the zone. So the rally base rally on the base itself, we mark the whole zone of the body of the base and make sure that the entry point is aligned with the rally base rally, because the entry point here is where we will set our PO, And remember guys, confirmation on the higher TF is very crucial. Confirmation, multi-time frame analysis, this is the key. So if the setup is in the body of the engulf of the candlestick, then this is a low risk setup. If the setup is at the wick area on this side, it is considered high risk and I wouldn't even consider to take it. But if the setup is somewhere around here, it is still fine as long it is above this zone. Okay, above this zone is fine, not here guys, remember. Yeah, there are 3 steps to entry in the chart for QM manipulation. It is very simple. First, remember guys, draw the entry point using a horizontal line at the left shoulder, must be aligned together with the drop base drop or the rally base rally. Second, mark the zone. Mark the zone. So if there's a bearish candle, then you have the bullish candle, then you have the bearish candle. So we mark this zone. Okay, the rally base rally, this base, this is the base, this is the zone that we mark. If the setup doesn't have an engulfing on the higher time frame, then the setup will consider as a very high risk. Please, when there is no confirmation, do not enter on the trade. So how do we use the confirmation for QMM to lower down our risk of entry? First is the key, the same thing that we always come back again, it is the multi-time frame analysis. Secondly, it is compulsory to have an engulfing candle at the higher time frame. And third, the setup has to be at the body of the engulfing candle and never at the wick or at the shadow of the engulfing candle. These were considered as a very high risk. Alright, so let's move to the chart and I will show you some setup with a good confirmation. Let's go guys! Guys, we are back on our trading view chart. Here we can see at the pair AUD/JPY on the M15 chart, there is a potential QM manipulation setup. First, let me mark for you the supposed QMR structure, which is the low. This is the low. High. Lower low. This is the higher high. So price was supposed to react to this area and then continues to go upward. Instead, price, the first SOP is to break the structure of the QMR. Second, the price has made an entry point for us, which is the drop base drop on this area, which is aligned together with the left shoulder here and continue downwards. And the third one, price has broke this lower low structure, which is the head of the QM. Therefore, the 3 SOP for QM manipulation have met. So what should we do now next is to draw it. First, we mark the horizontal line, aligned with the left shoulder. Second, we mark our entry zone. On the base of this body, see the drop, base, this is the base and drop. So we mark this body and it is aligned with our entry point. And thirdly, we have to go to the higher time frame to check for our confirmation, whether we can see any engulfing. So let's go to the H4 time frame. There we go. And the H4, I can see that there is a bearish engulfing. Okay, why do I go to the H4? If we can look at the H1, I can't see anything. M30, I can't see anything. But at the H4, I can see that there is a bearish engulfing as our confirmation. So I'll change back to our M15. And let's just wait for the price to react to this area. As we can see, the price has finally come back to this area, react and continue on a dark trend. Okay, as you can see that the price has react from here to our supposed TP, this area. It is around close to 60 pips. So this is a very good win ratio rewards for our setup. Alright guys, so you are required to do another 5 screenshots of QM manipulation assignment. Doesn't matter whether it's a buy setup or a sell setup. Most important part, remember, we need to have the SOP of the 3 things and then how to draw the 3 things. Remember those guys. Please do include your confirmation in your assignment. Once you are done, save it in the folder. Once all of this course you have completed, you will then submit later on for our review. See you at the next class, guys.